With over 45 million copies sold worldwide, the original Wii Sports redefined gaming. For the first time in years, both hardcore and new gamers could stand side by side, enjoying an entirely new experience together. With easy-to-learn controls and a focus on movement, Wii Sports brought many to gaming that never expected to pick up a controller, blurring the lines between the gamer and, well, everyone else. At E3 2008, Nintendo announced plans to invigorate the market yet again with Wii Sports Resort, this time adding a peripheral to the equation, the Wii Motion Plus. With the Wii Motion Plus, Nintendo promised near one-to-one controls, delivering on the expectations many had when the Wii was first unveiled. Is Wii Sports Resort worth getting excited about, or should gamers leave their Hulu shirts at home? From the moment the game begins, Wii Sports Resort represents a stellar example of Nintendo's commitment to bringing gamers a polished experience. Jumping out of a plane and parachuting to Woohoo Island is a great way to introduce players to the Motion Plus and the resort itself. Woohoo, as a location, is wonderful, with each of the games taking place on a different location on the island. It helps add character, and it's a genuinely fun area to explore. In terms of visual and audio, very little has changed since Wii Sports. The improvements are present but not drastic, and Resort doesn't push the Wii to its graphical limits. Then again, I don't think anyone's complaining. Besides getting new gamers into the scene, Wii Sports' main goal was to prove Nintendo's gamble with motion controls. Obviously, this gamble succeeded. This time around, Nintendo puts all of its eggs into the Wii Motion Plus basket. Besides adding more precise controls, it also came with the added baggage of needing to calibrate the controller from time to time, something that becomes tiring on long gameplay sessions. After skydiving onto the resort on Woohoo Island, players are given 12 different games to delve into, 2 of which are recycled from the original. Returning favorites are golf and bowling, both of which are given the Motion Plus treatment, improving the controls and bringing them up to speed with the rest of the games on the disc. When it comes to the new games, it's a mixed bag. Sword fighting will likely be compared to boxing in Wii Sports, in that it's usually pretty easy to win by flailing uncontrollably. On that same token, there's some death below the waggle, and skill can overcome this issue. Besides duels, Speed Slice pits 2 players against each other to see who can slash an object apart the fastest. And Showdown is a single-player offering that works like a third-person adventure game, showing exactly how the Motion Plus can be used outside of Woohoo Island. Archery 2 has many practical applications beyond the minigame compilation. By holding the remote and nunchuck vertically, the bow feels tangible, as real as it could possibly be. Subtle movements are detected perfectly, making archery one of the best games in the box. Another surprise is table tennis, an obvious parallel to Wii Sports' tennis mode. A spin of the wrist in either direction curves the ball, adding an immense amount of depth to the otherwise simple game. It's addicting, and as easy to lose hours in as anything on the original Wii Sports. While there's no shortage of entertainment in Wii Sports Resort, most of the games definitely feel like tech demos for upcoming titles. Swordplay and archery could blend together seamlessly for a Zelda title, completely immersing gamers into Hyrule. With a few added sound effects, the duel mode shows how another company could finally make the game everyone wants them to. Other modes in the game are fun in and of themselves, but work better as a proof of concept for even more Nintendo properties. It's easy to see how air sports could be turned into Pilot Wings or a Kid Icarus game, and how power cruising could become the next wave race. Of the 12 games, only a few really fall flat. Canoeing asks players to mimic the act as closely as possible. By swinging the remote in rowing motions and constantly changing sides, it would be more fitting in EA Sports Active than Wii Sports Resort. To make matters worse, it barely works anyway, in the same boat as cycling, which is only slightly better. Other games just simply aren't all that well developed or interesting. Frisbee is only fun for a few minutes before the novelty of the cute dog wears off, and basketball is a harsh learning curve, something that doesn't fit it well considering there isn't direct control of the players.
I'm a plain, simple man. I have plain, simple feelings, and I use plain, simple words. And I simply have to let you know.
All of the events in Wii Sports Resort are better when playing with friends. Archery, frisbee, golf, and bowling can be completed by passing the Motion Plus around and taking turns. Others, however, require an additional peripheral. Just as there are some modes that can only be played solo, several others require at least one other person in the game. The highlight of the multiplayer exclusive modes is Dogfight, a spin-off of the air sports category. High above Woohoo Island, players battle to destroy each other's balloons and knock their opponents out of the sky, all the while racing to checkpoints to refill their supplies. Despite the controls feeling floaty, it can get extremely hectic, mostly thanks to the Motion Plus's sensitivity. It's possible to pull off remarkable stunts in the air, evading enemy shots with a twist of the wrist. Since it controls like a paper airplane, it's one of the easiest games to just pick up and play, with controls so intuitive it makes bowling look complicated by comparison. Other multiplayer selections, like a pickup game of basketball, almost manages to reach greatness, though falls short due to a lack of depth. Multiplayer is really the focus of Wii Sports Resort. The original Wii Sports was easy to learn thanks to the simple controls made possible by the Wii's motion sensing capabilities. Though the Motion Plus adds a great deal of sensitivity to the controls, it's still as intuitive as it was before, meaning fun for the whole family.
Nice one!
Wii Sports changed everything. For the first time, everyone could play video games, and it was cool to be a gamer. With Wii Sports Resort, Nintendo has again shown what is possible with the technology. This time around, however, it's much more impressive, providing developers with tools to create games impossible before, even with the added annoyance of calibration. Not all of the 12 games are winners, with some falling short due to their simplicity. For fans of Wii Sports, there's no reason not to pick up Wii Sports Resort. It comes bundled with the Wii Motion Plus, contains several addictive offerings, and should provide more variety at your parents' next Wii Sports party. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the full text review on Gamervision.com.